Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil is dead and buried in Killarney. More say he rose again, more say he rose again and joined Norma Foley's army. Now listen up, folks. There's been a huge outcry and support now for the resignation of Norma Foley, our Minister for Education, since her car crash interview last night with Ben Scannell of Grip Media. We see there how Norma Foley was smirking and laughing at Ben's questions, and she even tried to suggest that what the SPHE teachers learned in DUC to teach our kids about fisting and porn, that she was not aware of that going on now in the classroom. Now, if our own Minister for Education is trying to deny this after spending €500,000 of the Irish taxpayers' money, in having the 73 teachers, I believe, trained in this DCU programme to teach this woke ideology nonsense to our kids. Now, how can the people of Kerry and Ireland have confidence in Norma Foley as Minister for Education? Look, Norma Foley should be aware now of everything that's going on in relation to her department. Look, after all, she has a massive PR spin doctor machine behind her, and Norma Foley, I believe, has her own personal hairstylist in Peter Marks. Not alone did Minister Foley say she wasn't aware that this was happening in our schools, but she doesn't seem to be one bit bothered about it. Well, look, she can wipe the smirk off her face now, because I'm, as a mother of 2 children, Norma Foley is not a mother. I believe she doesn't even know how to drive a car. Now, and how can she stand over this bullshit woke ideology nonsense that's been taught to our kids in our classroom? I keep saying it now. Parents in Kerry need to wake up and stand up now and fight for our children. The only way we can change this is to unseat Norma Foley and vote her out in the next general election, and vote me in, Michelle Keane, and give me your number 1. And also, when you're at the ballot boxes and you're thinking of voting for Fianna Fáil's Michael Cahill and Linda Gordon-Kelleher, remember that you are also supporting Norma Foley if you give them a vote, as they have backed her woke ideology nonsense to be taught to our kids in school. Look, we see now what Norma Foley has done to the Fianna Fáil voters in Kerry. Never forget that Norma Foley has destroyed the Fianna Fáil party and the vote in Kerry. She split it in 2. And I believe her own people in Fianna Fáil in Kerry and in the Common in Kerry can't even stand her for what she's actually doing now with this, introducing this SPHE nonsense into our schools. Look, Norma Foley, I believe, only rolls them out when she needs a photo opportunity. Look, we also see now that Mac is back. Tommy Mac is running as an independent Ireland candidate. And look, this will be a massive now and further blow to Norma Foley. I keep saying it, look, we need strong independents representing Kerry now in Dáil Éireann. And, you know, this is your time now, the people of Kerry, to unseat Norma Foley and vote me in. Look, we also see this has been a disaster for Fine Gael in Kerry as well. I believe Simon Harris has made a wrong call in not having faith in any Fine Gael councillor in North Kerry. I believe Simon Harris had no faith in Councillor Michael Foley from Ballylongford to retain a second seat for Fine Gael in Kerry, and now has caused, I believe, a huge split in Fine Gael in Kerry, with Fine Gael councillors, I believe, even refusing to canvass for Billy O'Shea. And the only one I hear out canvassing with Billy O'Shea is Jimmy Deanahan. Now, I'd like Councillor Michael Foley to confirm if he thought himself that he was up for the job, despite Simon Harris bypassing him. Look, as I said before, Simon Harris and Billy O'Shea, they may have won All-Ireland football medal, but they haven't a pair of balls between them. And as I said before, Fine Gael politics in Kerry is now not down to small jockeys with big whips to win a seat in the 5-seater constituency in Kerry. People now in Kerry are waking up to how useless the Fine Gael candidates who have given a poor result for Kerry when elected to Dáil Éireann. Look, will someone answer me, where has Bobby Connell disappeared to since the local elections? I suppose Bobby Connell now is lying low with, the saga of his expenses and the whole scandal and the primetime investigation into his expenses since Paschal Donoghue was caught out with the bike shed gate. But just remember, the Paschal O'Donoghues of this corrupt government will be gone now, I believe, for the next government. Look, we also, see Michael Healy-Rae making what I believe a pathetic attempt at social media with his endorsement of Taylor Swift, who came to Ireland and earned a massive 14.7 million euros per show. But sure, look, we know that Michael is right up there now with the Taylor Swifts, creaming millions now off of the Irish government in housing documented and undocumented migrants. Look, the hypocrisy of Michael Healy-Rae when he came out to Virgin Media News the other night, and when they challenged him about it, he said, look, it's okay if you're doing it in a fun way and you're not causing offence to any one person. Well, as he said himself, well, damn it, there's nothing wrong with that. He went on to say that nobody would know more about misinformation. That he stated that he himself has been a victim of this, particularly in the last 12 months. Well, now, this is a bit rich coming from Michael Healy-Rae, the man that stood up in the Dáil and caused me great personal offence. And, when he accused me, without naming me, about putting up a photo of his late mother, who I believe was a wonderful person. But look, we know that there was no photo put up of Michael Healy-Rae's late mother, and what he was insinuating that I did in the Dáil. This now will be corrected on the Dáil record by the Dáil. And, the hypocrisy of this man who has creamed millions of euros, from you, the Irish taxpayers' money, the cheek of him to come out and say this. This corruption and rot now needs to be stopped. And look, we need to drain the swamp in Kerry. And look, if you vote for me, Michelle Keane, I will be your voice. Like anything I have said about Michael Healy-Rae, I can back it up, because I don't tell lies. And Michael Healy-Rae has lied now about a photo of his late mother, who I believe was a wonderful woman, on social media. So he's been asked now, and he can't produce the photo on social media because nobody has seen it. And he can't produce the photo. So, serious questions now have to be asked about the credibility of this man, who is only profiteering from everything from a rock, to oil, to anything he can get into Kerry County Council, with their machines and everything, along with housing documented and undocumented migrants. I've gone up canvassing in Oak Park, and the residents of Oak Park in Tralee are tearing at what Michael Healy-Rae has done to their once beautiful community. They're afraid to go out of their houses at night with all these foreigners, unvetted mailmen that Michael Healy-Rae appears to be housing in houses in Oak Park and Tralee. But he might like to confirm exactly who he's housing in these properties around Kerry. Look, I, Michelle Keane, am keen on my country. And I'm asking ye, look, come out now and unseat the Norma Foleys, the Michael Healy-Raes, and the Danny Healy-Raes, and the Pa Dailies. And vote number 1 for me, Michelle Keane. Goramila Mahagav.